Happy Monday and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show. I'm Anthony Totri, joined as always by my partner in crime,
Hello.
Shane, the big pokey Dieffenbach.
Poking big today.
Poking big today. Wow, Dief. How you going? How you doing?
How am I going?
How you going? How's it going? I think it combined two different.
That happens frequently.
Yeah, no.
You do that a lot.
I do that, especially on Mondays.
Do. Happy Monday.
Really?
Happy Monday, everybody.
What we had to do.
Yeah, we're going to find out who... Well, we're not going to find out.
We're not going to find out.
You guys are going to find out who we think is going to be...
Too deep.
Too deep. Who's going to start... Who's going to start and be backups for your Arizona State Sun Devils.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to get to that here in a little bit also at the end of the show. The one, the only Brett McMurphy of Action Network.
Joins?
No.
Oh.
No, he's not joining. But he released who he thinks is going to make a bowl game this season. And Arizona State may or may not be on that list. So we'll get into that at the end of the show. But first, how was your weekend? Anything cool? Anything fun?
Well, I have this thing that happens to me. And now I'm starting to get a little concerned.
Well, the way you prefaced it concerns me.
Sometimes for periods of time, I'll get sick for like a day. And then I'm not sick, don't worry.
Okay.
And then like I'll just go get a smoothie with a bunch of vitamin C and turmeric in it. And I lay down for 6 hours and I'm fine. So I don't know if that says something good about my immune system or something bad about, my long-term health. Like
I think maybe a little bit of both.
And
also, I just picture you with a smoothie in bed staring at the ceiling, not asleep for 6 hours.
No, I can't. So I can't drink the smoothie while I'm laying down.
Well, yes.
Well, even with a straw, I can't do that. Because then it's like, it just like doesn't really work. No, I slept.
Okay.
I took naps. And then, so I took a nap for like 2 hours and then I laid down and then I stared at the ceiling until I fell asleep again. And then
Did you tell WebMD about it?
No. Well, yeah, I mean, duh. Like I'm texting WebMD the whole time. And it's like, it's like you have bone cancer. I'm like, oh. I think it's just a cough.
Get a smoothie and you'll be good. You'll be good. All right, let's go ahead and get into who we think is going to be starting for your Arizona State Sun Devils here in the next 10 days because it is right around the corner. Arizona State and Kenny Dillingham getting ready for the first game of the season. Let's go ahead and roll out who I have just on this little depth chart that we concocted. The big question, Arizona State's quarterback. I was tempted to put Jaden Rashada just because.
So why didn't you?
Because I was thinking with my heart when I thought Jaden Rashada would start. My brain tells me that Trenton Bourguet is going to start.
Damn.
What?
Did you hear that, Trenton?
He's in my heart too.
Anthony's heart's with Jaden. That's crazy.
My heart can be multiple places.
Why does your heart want Rashada to start?
Because if you go watch him, he is clearly the better football player.
Whoa.
He is the better
right now?
Athletically?
You said better football player.
He's the better football player
right now.
Altogether, I think so.
Really?
I think so.
I disagree. I don't think he's the better football player.
But football IQ when it comes to Trenton is
I think that's
off the charts.
That's like the biggest part about being a quarterback.
Is what, your IQ?
Yes. If you don't know where to go with the ball.
That says Trenton Bourguet is starting.
I know, but you just said he's a better football player.
Yeah, I think he is a better football player.
Then why isn't he starting?
Because he doesn't have the IQ that I just told you right now.
He's not the better football player.
Okay, well, we can argue about this at a later date. But for now, Trenton Bourguet is my starting quarterback. Kenny said that we should have an answer for a starting quarterback by this Thursday, but I'm not so sure that we are going to get that answer.
I would be shocked. I would be so shocked if it... Friday, okay. Well, weekend, okay. If it seeps into next week... Kenny.
He's just going to roll out with the quarterback at that point.
Yeah, he's going to play.
Yeah.
Play.
Kenny's going to play?
Yeah, he's going to play.
Oh, that is terrifying.
Remember last year when we were trying to talk ourselves into the fact that it was a good thing? When we were like, yeah, it's fine. Like,
that they didn't name one?
Yeah, like, they're there's no tape on this guy yet. They don't know who. Like, no.
And I think the longer that this drags on, the more people are going to be hurt that Jaden Rashada won't be the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Jaden Rashada is like the cool choice. He's a rad choice. He's the awesome choice.
Did you say rad?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, this would be more fun choice, but is it going to win you games choice? I don't know.
It might. I don't know right now if it's going to win you games. I think you could throw out any of your quarterbacks and you probably win week one. But I think long term, at least this season, Trenton Bourguet is the right answer.
Yeah, but I mean that's why the fans want.
Yeah,
I mean because it's the more fun choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
To throw out the future of your team.
The rest of my depth chart is as follows. I do have Cameron Scadaboo starting at running back. Just a phenomenal
No
name
shoes,
all the way
Scattaboo.
around. Wide receiver 1, Elijah Badger. Wide receiver 2, Xavier Guillory. And then wide receiver 3, I have Gio Sanders coming out on top in that wide receiver 3 competition. Well, with Melquan Stovall. Stovall has had a phenomenal camp. I just think at the end of the day, it makes too much sense for ASU not to roll with Gio. But just because they're listed 1, 2 on this depth chart, obviously doesn't mean that Kenny's going to roll it out the same way. And I think for a lot of these positions, you are going to see guys in and out. Running back, DeCarlos Brooks at the 2, and then Melquan, obviously wide receiver 3. But in the second role, Troy O'Meara and Andre Johnson backing up Xavier Guillory and Elijah Badger, respectively. So I do think when it comes to some of these skill positions, I know they're listed as starters, but the way that this offense is going to move, you are going to see players in and out.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Kenny Dillingham's offense says F a depth chart.
F a depth chart.
It doesn't, a wide receiver 1, 2, 3, 4, it doesn't matter.
No.
Like they could line up in quads at one point in the season, which
they
means
might.
4 receivers, which could happen. They could line up in a wishbone one play and then they're empty the next play. Like you just that's why these don't really matter as much, because you're not getting a traditional YZX receiver. You're going to see that, but it's like it doesn't matter as much as a traditional offense would say. So yeah, wide receiver 3 to me, usually means you're quick, your slot guy, and Gio and Melquan fit that. They're both smaller and quick, and they find them in a slot, whatever. But wide receiver 3 in Kenny's offense doesn't mean they're the third best receiver. Or wide receiver 3 in a normal offense doesn't mean they're the third best receiver. They just mean they fit the slot. Wide receiver 3 in a Kenny defense, it might mean they're the third best receiver. And I don't know if they are.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That, and there are guys that are not even listed on this depth chart as a 1 and 2 that you're going to see frequently. I don't have Javen Jacobs on this, but you are going to see him at wide receiver. You're going to see him at running back. Tevin White, same thing. Not on this depth chart. You are certainly going to see him this season. George Hart, you're going to see. Bryce Pierre, you're going to see a ton of this season. He's not on the 2 deep, at least when it comes to my depth chart. So all things are on the table, kind of like Glenn said, not just with quarterback, but with really all of these position groups. I could quite frankly see a lot of these guys going in and out. Glenn also saying Javen Jacobs could play a little bit at slot. Him and Stovall might be 2A, 2B, but nice problem to have. Yeah, absolutely. Javen Jacobs, I think, is the X factor because he provides so much in terms of a guy that can play in the slot, that can play outside, that can play running back. He can really do it all. And I think if you're a defense, this is a tough offense from a skill position perspective to game plan against.
Yeah. And, if somehow Jake Smith's appeal, works out and he's able to play, there's another guy. If Jordan Tyson's, injury can heal halfway through the season, there's another guy you add. And yeah, there's pieces. So God forbid somebody goes down, like you have some backups.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That was not the case for the last couple of years. Ricky Pearsall goes down.
Where would Ricky be in this offense?
Ooh, probably.
You think he'd be wide receiver 3?
I didn't really like him.
I know you really like him, but he's not Elijah Badger.
I didn't really like him.
Oh, you didn't like him?
No, not that much. I just thought he was meh. I think he was an awesome wide receiver 3.
Yeah.
As your 1? I didn't. No.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
It was tough.
No, it was tough.
It was tough. It happened. He was the 1. LV Bunkley Shelton as the 2.
Stop
Is he playing corner now?
I don't know where he is.
I think he's playing corner somewhere now.
Somewhere.
God, he had such a good name too.
LV Bunkley Shelton.
That's awesome.
It's an all right name.
No.
It's an all right name.
Leah.
It doesn't roll off the tongue the way a great name should roll.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Leah, how great is the name LV Bunkley Shelton?
Fantastic.
Thank you. That's like the most roll off the tonguey name ever.
No, it's not.
LV Bunkley Shelton. LV Bunkley Shelton. Whoa.
Well, you fucked it up. So clearly it doesn't roll off the tongue.
It does.
No, I don't think so. All right, back to the 2 deep. Looking at what we've got for the offensive line, reading from left tackle all the way over to right tackle. Asaya Glass, Big Max at left guard. Leaf Fautanu at center, who is honestly one of my personal favorite players just on the roster.
He's so funny.
He's so damn funny. I got Joey Ramos at right guard and Emmett Boley at right tackle. And then lining up at tight end, the one, the only.
America's tight end,
Mr. Corn himself, Jalen Conyers. And then going, I guess, in the 2 deep part of this, Messiah Swinson as the number 2 tight end. But like I said, you could see and will see Bryce Pierre a lot this season. Going from left tackle back to right tackle, Aaron Frost, Sion Fanu, Ben Bray, Cade Briggs, and then Bram Walden along that offensive line. Look, this offensive line is certainly going to be a question mark, specifically the left guard spot and the right guard spot for me.
Yeah, interior offensive line is scary. Luckily, there's Leaf. Luckily, Leaf is probably like the most underrated pickup from this offseason. He's a commander of the offense. He is proven like experience at the center position. But yeah, the guard positions are
Yeah. Joshua in the chat, hey, made it early enough to be on the chat. Keep up the good work. ASU is going 8-4 in the regular season, in my opinion. We will see. I think that could probably be the ceiling for this team.
IMHO, is that in my honest or in my humble opinion?
IMHO?
Yeah, when you see that. Do you read it?
In my honest opinion is what?
honest.
I've always read it as humble.
I've honestly never
wrong.
seen anybody put IMHO. It's just always IMO.
Yeah. 8-4 would be nice.
Yeah, 8-4 would certainly be nice.
And we'll talk about what the projections are at the end of the show.
Yeah, those offensive guard spots for me are going to be they're not really even the question marks of just the offensive line. For me, they're the question mark of the team. Those are positions where, at least for me, I've got a couple names up there. I don't necessarily know who I feel is going to win that position battle at the left guard and the right guard spot.
The line is.
It's a question mark. It really is. I think Joey is nice because he can really bounce around. We know he got hurt at the beginning of last season. So we'll see, obviously, what happens with him this year. But I think you've obviously got Asaya at left tackle and then Emmett at right tackle. So I feel like just as a team, they're pretty comfortable on the outside. But we'll see.
You would hope so. I don't know. This line has just been really up and down and mostly down during camp. And
it's weird because Kenny at times has called the offensive line the most improved group from spring to fall.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely got better, but that's something you would hope and expect from an offensive line, a group that has to be, in tune with each other to work out well. And, this is a completely new group and they haven't had consistency for years. So hopefully this is the start of something. I mean, I know a guy like Bram isn't on your starting list and he's not on mine, but I did consider it. But he's had a rough camp, but he's also, a true sophomore.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna have time to grow in his role. There's some young guys waiting behind. Sean Na, who is in one of my two deeps. He's a guy that can also grow. I mean, there's some places to grow, but it is a veteran-led group. Though the veteran leadership wasn't here before.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, if there's any one of the position coaches that I have faith in being able to get his group together, it's Sage, simply because you look at where he is coming from. He's coming from a place at Navy where they run the football more than anybody else, right? So certainly ASU should be able to run the football. I think the big question mark is will they be able to keep whoever's at quarterback upright? And I think, again, if they can do that, then that 8-4 projection I don't think is too astronomical, at least in my
horrific opinion.
My horrific
as
opinion.
Glenn says.
God damn it, Glenn. Glenn always throwing wrenches and things. But yeah, that's my two deep. We'll get to Shane's here in a second. We are 10 days away from ASU playing college football.
So the games this weekend, week 0.
Yes.
Let me pull this up real fast,
okay.
Because I remember looking at them and even I was like, oh. And
what,
you know how
I
love my gross games. Yeah. But even I was like,
pretty sure Notre Dame plays week 0.
I think they do, but
they play in Ireland. They're playing Navy.
Oh, it's just shite.
Yeah.
That's a game.
That's a game.
No, I don't see us because you know what I don't like? I don't like ranked schools playing bad teams. That's not like that. That's not the kind of gross game I like.
I like two bad teams.
Two fine teams playing each other.
Nobody likes two fine teams.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, nobody's like, oh yeah, I want to watch like
Ball
the middle
State
of the pack
and
play each
Western
other.
Michigan. That's awesome.
You would take that kind of game instead of two really shit teams playing each other or two amazing teams playing each other?
No, I never. Why would I ever take that over two amazing?
That's what it sounded like. You're just like, I love me some gross football.
Literally, all I said was I don't like ranked teams beating up on bad teams. I would prefer two mid teams playing each other. That's the kind of gross games I like.
So you like mid football.
And there's no...
Week 0 usually doesn't have great games.
Yeah, but no, I was expecting some of my gross grungy games. No.
Oh, there's not a single gross grungy game on that?
Okay, no, because there are only 2 games.
Damn.
It's only Navy and Notre Dame and San Jose State and USC.
Well, regardless, college football.
What about Colorado
back.
and ASU?
That's not a gross game.
Remember that happening in
That
week zero?
is a two fine team game.
Remember that happening in week 0? Remember when that was?
Oh
thing?
yeah, I
was
forgot.
fun. Yeah.
Dion tried to break that news during the national championship that ASU and Colorado
I
are
remember
going
being at that game and just getting a bunch of texts. I'm like, I'm not watching. I'm at the game. What happened? They're like, well, did you hear what Dion said? No, I did. Dion, can you speak up? I can't hear you.
Zona Tucson in the chat. UMass, NMSU gonna be great. That's a week 0 game.
Is it? That's elite. If it is,
It's not elite. Those kind of games can't be elite.
that's elite.
Shane.
Oh no, there are a ton more games that I didn't see.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Hawaii and Vanderbilt. That's going to be an elite game.
That sounds elite.
University of Ohio, Miami.
Who do they play?
No, that's just Ohio. Actually,
It's just
Ohio, San Diego State, man. But yeah, UMass, New Mexico State.
Okay.
That's Shane's game of the week.
Oh
right
my
there.
god, that is so disgusting. Look,
We got to start that.
college football
We got to start that.
is what?
We got to start a game of the week.
A gross game of the
Yeah,
week.
and they're all going to be MAC games once MAC play starts. But we got to start that.
Okay, fair enough. Guys, college football, I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it 3 times.
I'll say it one more time.
Yeah.
College football is great because we get games like Florida International and Louisiana Tech in week 0. Let's go.
And if you look, there are 2 different ways to approach these gross games. You can approach it like Shane, and you could sit down 30 minutes before kickoff and get absolutely juiced for it with maybe, I don't know, a peach ale. Or you could turn it on because there's nothing else to watch, and you could do it with, I don't know, maybe a wow or a hazy or really anything else that Four Peaks has.
What's the difference there? I'm turning it on 30 minutes before?
Yeah.
I'm not watching game days for these.
I think you do.
You think I'm insane?
Yes.
I'll
absolutely. That is your brand.
I'll watch a pregame show for a MAC game
Yes.
Wednesday night. That's fine.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's a problem.
Well, sorry, I want to learn more about the Bourguet family when Western Michigan's playing.
It doesn't matter. You can get past all that, or I can get past all that, as long as you guys have a Four Peaks in hand, because there's no better time to have a Four Peaks than when there is college athletics on, specifically college football. Guys, check out at Four Peaks Brew, at Four Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery. You do got to be 21 years or older to drink Four Peaks, and please drink responsibly.
Guys, it's time to kick off the season of the college football year.
Yes, it is.
With the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download the app now and use that code PHNX. There's a few different offers, but we got a ton of good stuff for you in terms of picks of the week. And I got a tasty one. It has nothing to do with the gross college
game of the
football
week.
game.
You have a tasty gross game of the week.
I don't have a tasty gross game of the week for college football, but I do have a tasty gross game of the week for, say, I don't know, the NFL.
Oh,
Tonight, the Baltimore Ravens are playing the Commanders. The Baltimore Ravens are 24-0 in their last 24 preseason games. Give me the Ravens. Money line at -130 at DraftKings. Go ahead and get that odds. And if you haven't signed up yet, download the app now. Use that code PHNX. New customers can score $200 in bonus bets instantly when they bet just $5 on any college football bet. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code PHNX. That is my DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the week. The Ravens. Moneyline. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net in partnership with Hollywood Casino and Charlestown Races. All games regulated by the West Virginia Lottery. Please play responsibly in Connecticut. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus in most eligible states, but age vary by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms. And now it's time
You can exhale.
Now it's time for my offensive starters. Too deep.
See what we got, Deef.
Shane's list.
Shane's too deep.
Here we go. Yeah, Bourguet starting.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, TV 16. Well, no, this is why I wasn't having this argument with you.
Okay, same question. A different question.
He's the better quarterback.
How close
He's a
do you
better
think Jaden Rashada is?
In what metric? Feet? Minutes?
I don't know. Closeness.
Come back to us, Leah. He's about
He's about
this close. No, he's like, I don't know. I don't think he's ready to start at the Division I level quite yet. He's almost there. I would feel comfortable. I would probably feel comfortable halfway through the year if things happen, but I think Bourguet is going to have a great year. And I'm excited to see him play. So I just don't know if he'll get that opportunity this year, and that's totally fine. Learning underneath Bourguet and Pine, and I know Pine's, we're not slotting him to start over.
Yeah, and you don't. I mean, again, you don't know where he's going to be when he figures back.
But like, it's just good to get that experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if you're not playing in games, and hopefully there are some games where he can play when ASU is winning by a ton of points.
That'd be nice.
Hopefully we see him in the Southern Utah game if he's not starting. But I think Bourguet is going to start. So that is my quarterback, and we'll move on. I got Scottaboo as well at the starting running back position with DeCarlos as well at the 2. And then my wide receivers are almost the exact same as yours. I have Andre Johnson twice, but that was a mistake on my end. Wide receiver 1 for me is supposed to be Troy Amiri.
Okay.
As the backup to Badger. I think he could before the injuries, I think he was a true one. But now, I almost put him at the 3, like to start, just because,
at wide receiver 3.
Yeah, as I said, it doesn't matter about the slot.
Yeah,
like it's just like I think he has a potential to be the 3rd best receiver on this team. He's got size. I saw a fade ball to him the other day, and it was just, oh my god, his size is ridiculous. His athleticism is insane for his size.
It's just that separation.
And if he can stay healthy, and the separation you don't even really need from a guy like him. He's like Keenan Allen right now. He can't really separate anymore.
It's just that's just a low blow for no reason.
No, he's like he's a tall guy who, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say he can't separate. He's a very good.
Oh no, I'm not saying he can't separate. I'm just saying, like, in terms of
he's not going to
what
blow
it
you
takes.
away.
No, he's not Gio Sanders. He's not Melquan Stovall in terms of separation.
Yeah,
but he provides a different element.
Yeah,
than
but
they do.
I wouldn't put him at the slot anyway. He's too tall to be at the slot,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really matter. Gio is my starting receiver at the 3, Guillory at 2, Elijah at 1. Then Stovall and Andre at the 2 and the 3, respectively. Yeah, those are the 2 of the best guys. But as I said, you just really don't know with this depth chart, or with how deep this receiver room is on who's going to step up. And I know we talked about Javen. He's just got to really focus on not making mental mistakes, because he has all the tools to stay out there. But it's the little things that get him sometimes. So I don't know where he would fit in. I think he would fit in better as a running back or just like a
Javen,
like a gadget guy.
Yeah, gadget guy is such a great name.
Yeah, I would love him to return. He should return. He should strictly do kick returns for right now. Like I think so.
I think he just provides so much offensively.
Yeah, but it's the there's a lot of things that he has trouble with in terms of play and design, and he's made some mistakes.
Where do you think Jordan Tyson would figure into this depth chart if he were 100%?
If he were 100%, I don't know what 100% Jordan Tyson looks like after the injury. That's a thing.
Assuming he's back.
It's back to what it.
Sure.
Oh, he's 3. It's not close.
Yeah.
100% he's starting. He might be 2.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It might be fun to see him at 2 and put X in the slot.
I wouldn't want to put X in the slot.
Let's just trips the entire game.
A damn playmaker.
He is.
I don't know.
Jordan Tyson is too, though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
It'd be fun. It's.
I just don't like. We haven't even seen him do anything yet.
Yeah.
It concerns me.
Yeah.
I really hope he can play this year. That'd be really.
That'd be a lot of fun.
All right. We'll look at my line. My line's kind of similar. I got Isaiah at the left tackle, Finau at the left guard, Leaf at the center, Joey Ramos at right guard, and Emmett Boley at the right tackle. And then I got Bram as the backup to Isaiah at the left tackle. I think you can learn a lot from him. Got Cade Briggs backing up Finau at the left guard. And then I got Joey Ramos as the backup center as well as the starting right guard. I think that if anything were to happen to Leaf, God forbid, knock on wood,
you get Joey kick in.
Joey would come in and play center.
Yeah.
That's what I think. He's experienced. He can do a lot of things. But a lot of these offensive linemen can do a lot of things. And this is a guy who I have high hopes for. Backing up Ramos is Sean.
Yeah, I was going to say a freshman.
Yeah, true freshman. I really like what I've seen from him in camp. And, he might not be this on the depth chart, but this is also just for continuity's sake. Like, I don't know if he slots in better than Cade Briggs, but I would just like to see it. And then I got Aaron Frost backing up Boley, but that's a close battle in itself, too. Yeah. So, yeah. And then tight end, America's tight end, Jalen Conyers, will be starting for your Arizona State University.
No, really?
And backing him up, his partner in crime, BP13, Bryce Pierre. I think Bryce Pierre has been better than Messiah this camp. And I think that's earned him a lot more playing time than people will think. He looks good. He's put on weight. He just looks like a Division I tight end. I
think you're going to see these 3 tight ends a ton. Like, we talk about the depth in the running back room, the depth at wide receiver, the depth at DB. I think you are going to see these 3 tight ends more than you're going to see any combination of 3 wide receivers and 3 defensive backs on the field. They're just, and I feel like I haven't seen it, but I think a trips package with all 3 of those and then Troy O'Meara lined up outside, all 3 of the tight ends, BP, Jalen, and Messiah.
That might be even too much.
Why?
For Kenny. It just seems crazy.
And then Troy O'Meara lined up on the other side. Run quads in those 4.
I think you would.
Everybody's 6'6". Just throw it up.
I think the game of football would break.
Just be like, fuck it. There's a basketball player down there somewhere.
Yeah.
No, you don't think so? You wouldn't run that? This is why you're not offensive coordinator.
No, it just if it's first and goal from the 5, I'm running that every time, and I'm just like I'm making them all run to the center.
Okay, what if it's 4th and goal from the 10?
Then I'm running that every time.
Wait, you're running my scheme every time?
Yeah.
Okay, now.
And everyone's just going to the center of the end zone. You're just throwing it straight up in the air.
It's the Hail Mary that they're all like slanting.
Yeah. In reality, that would not work. But it's fun. It's a fun idea.
Which
throwing it up in the air.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, the athletes on the defensive side of the ball would have something to say about just throwing it up and heaving it up there.
I think it could work. I think it would work 30% of the time.
30% of the time.
Which is a really good percentage if you're just throwing something up there.
Yeah, 1 in every 3 works. Or 33%. Just so we're like accurate on the numbers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Okay. I hate that recently you've started calling me by my first name. Feels like you're mad at me. And I don't like it.
I'm not. Chat. Do you guys have anything about who you think? Anything ridiculous that you saw on our depth charts?
Look, how do you think Drew Pine, if he was healthy, would figure into that quarterback competition right now? Because it has been a wild.
He was really good. It sucks because his last performance left a bad taste in my mouth. He just wasn't very good this Friday before. He wasn't really good that whole week leading up to Camp T. And he had a great month before that. Yeah. But that week leading up to Camp T, and then the 2 picks he threw to Montana.
Yeah, I remember you were out Friday. There that day and you told me that.
Yeah.
Because Jaden's taken advantage
but Jaden has only
taken
advantage of it because of Pine going down. So, I don't know where he would... Are you talking if he just never got injured or if he was healthy right now?
If he's healthy right now, if he came back.
I don't know, Anthony. You tell me.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, I
couldn't tell you. My confidence level that Trenton Bourguet is going to be the starting quarterback is about 51.
I got 59.
Because Jaden has looked good since he came into the Camp T scrimmage.
Yeah, and he improved a ton from spring ball to fall camp.
Yeah,
a ton. Glenn asking, how many of these projected starters won't be back for 2024? Badgers, Conyers, Scat. Let's go ahead and pull up my my list again, and we'll go one by one. Bourguet, is it Bourguet? Bourguet is another year, doesn't he?
Yeah, another year.
That's so crazy. Badger, no.
X,
I'm not 100% sure about his eligibility.
Gio, I think, is gone.
Gio's graduate. He's gone.
Yeah, let me pull this up real quick, and I can answer all these questions.
Jalen's definitely gone. That man is going in the
first unless something crazy happened. X has another year.
X has another year.
He's a redshirt junior.
We just love to hear that. Well, he technically would have 2 more years.
Yeah,
because of the COVID year. That's crazy.
Jordan Tyson, again, I know he's not on the depth chart, but he's only a sophomore. So he would have
Andre's
another year.
Gone, right? Well, he's not a projected starter, but
Andre is a redshirt senior.
Okay.
This is where it hurts. So Jalen likely gone to the draft, right? We agreed there?
More than likely, yes.
Messiah is a redshirt senior, and Bryce Pierre is also a redshirt senior.
Bryce Pierre's a redshirt senior?
Yeah, that shocked me when I saw it for the first time, too. You're losing all 3 of your tight ends.
That is wild.
At the end of this year, likely, if Jalen goes to the draft.
Well, luckily, they have a very good
the number
end.
1 in Oregon.
Yeah. Well, they have 2 very good tight ends coming in next year.
Yeah. Look, so I think it's certainly going to be.
Oh boy.
Oh goodness.
We got Saul?
Guys.
Wait, hold on.
For some
Caller
reason
on line 1. Caller, what's the problem?
Guys, did you guys see Fox's college football AP top 25 rankings for all Americans? So there's one Pac-12 player on both lists, either defense or offense.
I guarantee you it's Travis fucking Hunter.
He's the only one. It's the only one on both sides of the ball.
Wait, say that one more time.
There's 2 guys. My bad.
Caleb Williams.
And I completely fucked this all up. I thought there was only one. There's actually 3.
You just came on here to fucking have some Colorado bullshit.
I did. It was Caleb Williams, and then it was Rome Adunze from
Who
Washington.
released that?
Okay.
Fox College Football, and then there's Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, there's the Stanford kicker.
Oh
too.
my God! Put the mic down, Saul.
And there's a Washington
God.
kid,
Sorry.
and there's
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I was. I just didn't drink a lot of Wink, so that's my bad. My bad, guys.
Had some wink, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just seeing things now." Apparently,
As I kept scrolling, I was like,
he's gonna look back at it now. It's gonna be just literally the Pac-12 first team preseason poll. It's just all of them. My goodness, that's wild. Let's pull up the two deep again just to look again at some of these guys that may be back. Troy O'Meara, he's a redshirt junior. You don't know what he's gonna end up doing. Asaya, let's see,
he's a junior, or is he a sophomore?
there are so many people whose name starts with IS on this team. He's a junior, so he could come back for another year, which would be absolutely huge to have a guy with that much experience come back next season. So there are definitely a lot of guys on the offensive side of the ball that you expect to have some big seasons. But just because they have a big season doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be gone next year.
Yeah, I don't really like this wide receiver class next year for recruiting as well. So,
Oh, yeah.
I think
Leaf is also a redshirt junior.
Plus, hey, guys, I don't know if you've heard of this new thing. It's called the transfer portal.
Yes, it does exist.
This team might get devastated, but they will devastate
Whoa.
other schools. Come on.
I don't want them to get devastated.
I know. I don't want anybody to get devastated, except for U of A. I want them to be devastated.
So bad that they don't even have a program anymore?
Whoa, no. Definitely not that.
No?
No.
Why?
Stop it.
Okay, fine.
Glenn saying, imagine the depth returning and just stock the O-line through transfer again. Yeah, the transfer portal for offensive lines, and I know we just talk shit about the offensive line basically, but they got some dogs. And I know a lot of them are older, but they got some dogs this year. So maybe you can just do that again.
I mean, that would certainly be a lot of fun if ASU was able to construct a full-fledged.
Okay, I don't like where this is going. You're going to say something crazy. You know what else was a lot of fun? Burrito Express this weekend. Shout out Burrito Express for having the ASU football and other people out there. You know who was out there?
Kenny.
Well, Kenny was out there.
Who was out there?
But you know who else was out there?
Res Devil?
At some point, yes.
Shane and I had this exact conversation over the weekend. He was like, guess who else is there?
And you
I
were
said-
guessing?
I said, Kenny? He said, yes, but also.
Who?
Yanni and Unixa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they were there and showing some support. Yeah, the Bourguet family. It was great. It was really cool to see. And thank you to Burrito Express and Angel. Again, oh, Angel from Burrito Express, guess what he gave me? Not a burrito.
A hug.
Jalen gave me his burrito.
Whoa.
Jalen gave me his extra burrito that he got. you know what Angel gave me?
No, I'm not guessing.
You know what Angel gave me? A
Get a sticker.
Gatorade in a can.
What?
Yeah.
They make those?
They make those. It was so good.
God.
Yeah. Shout out Burrito Express. Thank you, Burrito Express, for having us down there. Grab a burrito and follow Burrito Express on Twitter at BurritoEXP.
Yeah, that was. You know,
I want to tell the people about Circle K.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tell the folks at home, or I guess wherever they are, about Circle K. Guys, I say it every day, but I stop at Circle K every single day, and Shane twice on Sundays, because they have the best deals not only on gas but on snacks as well. They still run this Powerade promotion. Buy Powerade at 4 for $5 and be entered, and you could be one of 10 finalists entered to win a 2023 Ford Big Bend Bronco SUV. They've also got some great deals on energy drinks. Buy 2, get 1 free on Monster energy drinks, and Beatbox hard teas for an end of the day drink. Buy 2, get 1 free on those. Guys, make sure you're not missing out on all the great stuff they have over at Circle K. And right now, text PHNX to 31310 to join their SMS subscriber club and get a buy 1, get 1 free offer on 32-ounce Polar Pops.
Polar Pop.
All right, Shane.
All right, Anthony.
We're 10 days away from ASU kicking off, and there's already a projection that they're going to be in a bowl game.
That's awesome.
Yes,
Who
it
did
is
that?
awesome. Brett McMurphy,
Brett.
Action Network.
Our boy.
He thinks Arizona State in year 1 of Kenny
B-Mac.
Dillingham is going to play UCF in the Independence Bowl.
Nitro.
You ready to go back to Louisiana?
Is that where it is?
Yeah.
Where?
Let's see. Not a cool
There's no
place.
way it's at Mercedes-Benz.
No. Independence Bowl is.
Oh, can I guess?
Are you trying to guess
Tulane
where?
Stadium?
Played annually each December at Independence Stadium.
Where's Independence Stadium, Totri?
Shreveport, Louisiana.
What does Independence Stadium do?
Like, what does it hold?
Yes.
I don't know. What college plays at Louisiana? The Louisiana Tech Bulldogs.
Oh, Louisiana Tech Stadium. Let's go.
LTB. Do you know anything about Louisiana Tech?
No.
No. Okay.
They're blue and red.
Other than that, they're going to house the ASU and UCF Independence Bowl?
No, I do know that they are playing, they're playing Florida International, and they're going to house them in week 0.
Okay.
Coming this weekend.
Aaron with a question in the chat. Do you think ASU will have a better record than U of A? If so, explain your reasoning.
Aaron, for another show.
No, you're not going to explain it?
I'm just...
Look, Aaron, I'm going to be the nice guy of the program, and I'm going to go ahead and say that Arizona State will have a better record than U of A, but I think it's by a game, and I think they get that game in the Territorial Cup.
Explain your reasoning.
That is my reasoning. Actually, that's not my reasoning. That's just what I think is going to happen. My reasoning is I think that this has, honestly, I think they have a better coaching staff. I think the coaching staff is worth one game extra on U of A. I love Jed Fish. I think he's doing a phenomenal job of building whatever they're building, the birdhouse down in Tucson. But I think ASU's coaching staff is working on something a little bit bigger. So that's my 2 cents on that. Plus, again, you never know what you're going to get with Jaden Rashada if he ends up being the starting quarterback or if he ends up playing significant time this season. I think he has the talent to win you some games that on paper ASU shouldn't win right now. At least that's my opinion. You're going to hold your opinion to yourself, though?
I just did. They just, I mean, that was a question to get a rise out of us. You guys won 5 games last year, and they think they're, I don't know.
That's fine.
We only won 3, but we're not acting like we're the best team in the country.
Josh in the chat, what games that ASU plays this year do you all think will set the tone for the season? What?
What games?
What game or games? Yeah.
What
game games?
Well, I think that USC game is huge. It just depends. I mean, obviously, I think Dillingham State realistically probably sets the tone.
Let's
beat Southern Utah first, and then we'll get to that. I'm so scarred from last year.
How fast does Tempe catch fire if they lose week 1?
Oh, I'm setting it on fire. I'm setting it on fire. Me and Kent.
Kent's going to set the thing ablaze too?
Yeah, me and Kent. I'm going to light a match and put it in Kent's hand.
That seems like so many things that are wrong.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that.
I'm not going to do that.
You shouldn't put fire in a child's hand.
Legally, this is a joke. Aaron,
Legally,
Aaron, thank you for the dislike. I mean, I think that the Oklahoma State game is huge. I think you should beat Oklahoma State, and they lost a lot of pieces, and I think you're a better team than them in general. But the USC, I mean, you get USC at home this year. It's the first game to open up pack play,
and it's against the team that everybody expects to be in a college football playoff game with the best player in the nation.
The best player of all time, apparently.
I wouldn't go that far. Sean would, but I'm
Can I remind you something?
You can.
Caleb Williams is the same height as Tua Tagovailoa.
God, I forgot.
And weight, by the way.
So they're the same person.
Nope.
No?
It's not what I'm saying.
I think it is what you're saying.
No, it's not.
Back to
Hey, did you see Tua this weekend?
No, I
didn't.
didn't.
Pick on his first play, but then he led a 99-yard drive and looked elite doing so.
Against who? Who's backups?
I don't know. No, there was no starters.
You know, Tua starts the season against your Los Angeles Chargers.
Dude, if he throws
won't.
for 400 yards against you guys,
he won't.
I'm going to rub it in your face.
You will, but he's not going to.
Okay, but if he does,
he could throw for 400, but if they lose, then it doesn't matter.
Clip this. I will.
Okay. Also, clip the burrito part so I can send it to Jalen later.
Nope.
Do you think ASU realistically makes a bowl game?
I'm not going to talk until you say you're not clipping that.
Oh, I'm clipping it regardless if a producer does it or if I do it.
Okay.
So you're just not going to talk the rest of the show until then?
Mm-mm.
Okay. What minute mark are we at? 39? Okay. Well, this is just where we'll be for the rest of the show.
What was your question to me?
Do you think it's realistic that Arizona State makes a bowl game in year 1 under Kenny Dillingham?
Yeah, it's absolutely realistic. 100% it's realistic. The Independence Bowl sounds pretty good right now. As you tweeted out, it would be a huge success for Kenny to make a bowl game.
And it'd be fun, especially if it is against UCF. I know he's just kind of pitting teams against each other, but still, UCF, it's a future Big 12 opponent for Arizona State. So that would be a lot of fun. I think considering it'd be your last season in the Pac-12, and how do you ring it in by beating a Big 12 team to win your bowl game?
Ring it out.
Ring it out, ring it in. I don't know.
Ring out the Pac-12.
Ring out the season. I don't know.
You're ringing out the Pac-12. You're ringing out its neck.
How did you go from a bell to a neck?
We ring like you ring a neck,
like a towel.
Yeah,
or a bell, or any of those things.
Yeah, ring out. You ring out a neck.
Yeah, but you went like this to start, like a bell.
You're ringing the bell or ringing out a neck. Is that so hard to understand?
Yes, because you made like 4 different motions.
Ring in the bell. Ring out a neck.
I know what ring means.
I'm going to ring out your neck.
I know what the word is. Jeez. God, illegal Pete's, guys.
Really? We're done?
Yes.
No.
Okay, then go.
What else do you want to talk about in terms? How is this team going to make a bowl game?
How are they going to make a bowl game?
Yeah.
Because Trenton Bourguet is going to get the job done, and Elijah Badger and Jalen Conyers and Cam Scattaboo, they are one of the most talented trios in the conference, in my personal humble opinion, and I think they present challenges to Pac-12 defenses that those defensive coordinators don't even know about yet. People have heard of Jalen Conyers. People have heard of Elijah Badger. They haven't heard of Xavier Guillory. They haven't heard of Melquan Stovall. They haven't heard of Javen Jacobs. Like, there are so many talented pieces on this roster that are unfamiliar to people outside of Tempe, and I think they're unfamiliar with people in Tempe. So when it comes 10 days from now, and you're at Mountain America Stadium, and you see number 7, Melquan Stovall, go for a 60-yard touchdown off a drag, we told you about it. Say his name louder, Totri. Melquan Stovall. It's happening.
I also think the home games are just insane.
It's happening.
Eight home games.
Yeah. That's
crazy.
Worth something. That's worth something for this team.
It's worth wins.
Yeah. And I don't think people are factoring that in. I think people see the quarterback competition and they see a first-year head coach, and you add that all together with the lovely X factor that it's Arizona State football, and there's a little bit of a bad taste of like, oh, this team's 4-5 wins.
Mm-hmm.
But
last year was
it's not the reality of what this roster can be.
It was an outlier. Also, I think that people don't understand.
Any other program, you have a talented roster, whether they're unproven or not. You have a first-year head coach, and there is going to be a somewhat of a gripe of like what the situation is. I don't think that is the case right now with Arizona State. I think this is a program it will hit their win total. They will have 5 wins. They will have 5 wins. Like, clip it, ship it, do whatever you got to do. I think Arizona State hits the 4.5 win total with ease. But I don't know. The rest of the season, I think they're certainly capable of making a bowl game. And I think you got to throw in that Kenny Dillingham is not your dad's Arizona State football coach.
Whoa.
He's not Herman Edwards. He's not Todd Graham.
Is Herman Edwards your dad?
He's your dad's football coach. He might be your grandpa's football coach.
No.
Yes. We know you play to win the game. But guess what, Herm? Kenny's going to actually fucking win the game. It's simple as that. In my mind, when people are like, oh, why do you think Arizona State's going to hit the over 4.5? Why do you think they're capable of a bowl game? Why do you think they're not going to be 10th in the Pac-12? I don't know. I have eyes and a brain. I think that's what it comes down to.
We're also lucky enough to be at the practices.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think?
I already said yeah.
Okay, well, I just rambled on for 5 minutes.
Do you want me to ramble on for 5 minutes?
No, I don't need you to ramble on. I just want you to give me your sales pitch of why you think Arizona State.
I already said it. I said they have 8 home games. Like that's all you need to know. They have 8 home games. This team is so much better than what.
Okay, but if Stanford had eight home games,
they have 8 home games, and last year was an outlier, as I said before. They're fine. There's illegal pizza in my tummy.
There you go. There is illegal pizza in your tummy. Shout out IPs for bringing some delicious food this morning. Or I guess this afternoon for lunch, guys. Illegal Pete's hits. Doesn't matter what time of day, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And the weather's changing.
Mm-hmm.
We got monsoon season. And you know what hits when it comes to monsoon season?
Rain?
Yes. Rain hits, Shane.
Illegal Pete's
also
hits. Margaritas
illegal Pete's. The Margs hit. Some of the strongest out there, guys. Not to mention, they've got some brews over there. They've also got so many food options, bowls, tacos, burritos, nachos, salads, and some amazing queso and guac. Guys, Illegal Pete's is your go-to spot. This summer, stop by for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. every day at all 12 locations. Illegal Pete's, the go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beer for 28 years.
Jason in the chat saying, which 5 teams do you think ASU beats? I think there's a very realistic situation where ASU is 5-1 after week 6. Think about it. It's Southern Utah,
Dub.
Oklahoma State, who
should be a dub,
who lost their starting quarterback and their defense is falling off, and you get them at home, should be a dub. Fresno State, who is just they're fine, but they're not a good team.
Yeah.
And you get them at home, you should be 3-0. You should win those first 3 games.
And then you tell me Arizona State can't win 2 games the rest of the season?
Well, yeah. Then you get USC at home, which is obviously going to be a tough game. If I had to give a prediction right now, yes, they lose that game. Then they go on the road to Cal. They're winning that game. And then they host Colorado. You can be 5-1 so realistically in the first 6 weeks of the year.
I absolutely agree. 5-1 is not something that people should write off right now. Mm-hmm. And I know it's USC, and I know they're a tough team, but you never know.
Of course,
crazier things have happened in college football.
Crazier things have happened at Sun Devil Stadium.
That is very true, but have crazier things happened at Mountain America Stadium?
It's still Sun Devil Stadium.
Okay, man. Whatever you say.
You know what would be better? If it was OG's stadium.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think the NCAA would have some things to say, though.
Are there any beer sponsors? No, there's not.
No.
But they sell beer in a lot of stadiums.
Yeah, they do. ASU is a dry campus.
Well, ASU sells beer in their stadium.
Well, it's a dry campus.
Every campus is a dry campus, technically.
Okay.
Should be.
Okay.
But it's not.
Okay.
Beer, weed, same thing. Guys, being a PHNX listener just got a whole lot damn sweeter. Thanks to our buds at OG's Brands. Right now through August 31st, you can. I just looked at the thing. We're like, what is it? August 31st? No, August 31st is the first game. You can get 25% off 100 milligram bags of the fruits and the creams at all Arizona The Flower Shop locations. All you got to do is go to theflowershopusa.com, place an online order, and use that discount code PHNX at checkout. Then head to your nearest The Flower Shop location to pick it up. That's right. This deal is exclusive to you guys, our PHNX listeners. And a reminder, it's only available for online orders that are picked up in person. And use that discount code PHNX. It is active until August 31st. So go get to #flavor-in-life, baby.
Absolutely, guys. That is going to do it for our Monday show. We'll be right back here on Tuesday at 2 p.m. to go ahead and give you guys the defensive starters in the 2 deep depth chart for Arizona State's defense. But for now, if you enjoyed the content, 2 things. Leave a like. Bobby Hurley, he asks so nicely all the time. Just leave a little like on your way out, guys, or on your way in. It really doesn't matter. But give us a follow, too, over at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You could follow Big Pokey over here at Chain Dief.
Wanting to wring Totri's neck out as always.
Wring Totri's neck out as always. We will see you Tuesday, 2 p.m. But for now, peace.